This is a typical way that you can expect questions in the recent pattern NEET exam, which is a big question that the students are worried. So as always told to you that in these kind of questions, first quickly look at the choices. Leptomeningeal cyst, encephalocele, eosinophilic granuloma, none of the above. So these are the four choices. What could be the possible diagnosis? So that means the examiner is trying to tell you that they have given the description of a particular disease and you have to tell what is that description best fit in. Is it a leptomeningeal cyst, which is nothing but a growing fracture? Is it an encephalocele, which is the herniation of the brain? Or is it an eosinophilic granuloma or none? Now let's see the question. A 2-year-old child was brought to the pediatric OPD with complaint of enlarging scalp mass since 3 months. On detailed history taking, history of trauma to the head 5-6 months back was revealed. After thorough clinical examination, the pediatrician advised NCCT brain. So see, what are the important points? There is a history of trauma and there is an enlargement of a mass in the skull. The NCCT brain showed lytic calvarial lesion in the right temporal bone with scalloped edges in which encephalomalacic cerebral tissue invaginated. So what has happened is there was a trauma led to the fracture of the skull, and now there is a herniation of the brain that is happening through it. There is a herniation of the CSF filled tissue that is happening from that, and this is what is called as leptomeningeal cyst, also called as growing fracture. Also called as growing fracture. Now what is happening is because of the dural tear, slowly and slowly the brain, the CSF and the brain started herniating and the fracture keeps on getting separated, which is called as a growing fracture, exclusively seen in the pediatric age group secondary to a trauma. So the answer is leptomeningeal cyst. A 60-year-old female presents with history of a globus sensation in the neck, dysphagia, bad breath and aspiration pneumonia. Barium swallow shows the following appearance. What is the most likely diagnosis? You could see a lateral radiograph where there is an opacification of the pharynx and you could see a contrast filled outpouching in the upper part. This is nothing but a pharyngeal diverticulum, also called as a Zenker's diverticulum. So this is a Zenker's diverticulum. This is not an esophageal web, which is usually seen in the lower part of the esophagus. Achalasia, you know, this is definitely not achalasia, which shows a typical bird beak appearance in the lower part of the esophagus. And diffuse esophageal spasm shows corkscrew esophagus. So this is a contrast filled outpouching in a patient who has Zenker's diverticulum. Next question. Again, you see an image. You see 4 diagnoses: lung abscess, tuberculosis, pneumonia, chronic bronchitis. Actually, you need not to read the question. On the basis of that, you can figure out a diagnosis. What is the most likely diagnosis? You could see an opacification in the lower zone on the right side with air bronchogram. So presence of an air bronchogram suggests consolidation, and among these 4 the answer becomes pneumonia. But now let's see the question. A 68-year-old female presents to the OPD with high-grade fever, confusion, shortness of breath, chest pain and cough with sputum production. On examination, respiratory rate is increased, heart rate is increased, blood pressure is reduced. Her chest X-ray is given below. I have already described the chest X-ray, which is suggesting a consolidation, suggesting a pneumonia. A lung abscess, you will see an cavity with an air fluid level. This is not tuberculosis. Will have varied appearances depending on whether it's a primary, post-primary, with cavitation, with fibrosis, with bronchiectasis. So this is not TB, this is pneumonia.